The amount of hacking that we are seeing for Pokemon Legends ZA online battles is ridiculous, and Pokemon Company needs to do something about it. I first started noticing some wonkiness online a couple days ago when I was doing the online battles when the new ranked season started. I'm gonna play you a clip and let me know if you know what's wrong with this. So I'm in a battle, I just lost to this Garchomp, and then out a Pokemon gets sent out. It's a shiny Lucario. The battle continues. Did you catch it? Did you catch what's wrong here? If you look in the back, this guy called Nero0 sent out a Pokemon. Okay, there's the Pokeball animation. And then that. Do you know what that is? That is the Beast Ball animation. So a Pokemon that's thrown out of a Beast Ball has that animation. And you might be wondering, well, how do you get the Beast Ball in Pokemon Legends ZA? And the answer is you can't. You can't get the Beast Ball in Pokemon Legends ZA, which is why we know 100% for a fact that Pokemon is hacked. Well, to be clear, that Pokemon itself may not be hacked. What could have happened is someone who had a Beast Ball and hacked it into the game, put it on a Pokemon, and then trade it with someone else. They took that Beast Ball off, found a shiny Alpha Lucario, and then caught it with a Beast Ball, which by doing the calculations, because the Beast Ball has a 1/10 catch rate, took it about 83 attempts to catch that Pokemon. That 100% can be a real scenario, and that person may not have even known that the Beast Ball wasn't available in game. But there's a much simpler explanation, which is it's hacked. And this is just beginning to scratch the surface on something that's generally called a ball legality, which is what Pokemon can be and what balls, which is broken wide open ever since Sword and Shield brought back a bunch of the old Apricorn balls, and then Scarlet and Violet also had them. But before we have access to those Pokemon, we know 100% for a fact Neo0 used a Beast Ball that is unobtainable on a Pokemon in an online battle. By the way, for the record, I won that battle. And you might say, hey, you know what? That's fine. It was just the Pokeball. It doesn't give them an advantage whatsoever. Well, what if they could hack in an advantage? Like this person who was doing an online battle and battled an Alpha Xerneas. Yeah, well, Xerneas, as you know, is a static encounter and can't be alpha, can't be shiny or anything else. That's 100% a hacked Pokemon that very easily in the game's code, it could say, hey, this combination of things should never exist. But there's no flag done for the online system to say, hey, this Pokemon's illegal, you shouldn't use it. That kind of tracks for, you know, every Pokemon game ever. Seeing it just feels wrong. And yes, it can give them an advantage, but Xerneas doesn't really have a lot of moves that are like big AoE on the ground, like Earthquake or something when you want an alpha. So it's weird that someone would specifically use a hacked Pokemon that gives them a disadvantage. What if it gets a whole lot worse than that? What if they get an advantage and that advantage is astronomical? I was on Reddit like I am most days and someone posted this 2 days ago, and this is someone's trainer card. You'll notice that this is not an in-game screenshot. This is a picture of Junichi Masuda at the Pokemon headquarters, holding a box of something with a Malamar on it. The photo that you take in-game, whether it's looking at someone's butt, you posing with your favorite Pokemon, looking all mean mugging, or in front of the tower, regular or glowing or decayed, that photo is then stored inside of your Nintendo Switch. And with a custom firmware switch, you can actually see that image, and I guess you can replace that image. Now, using editing tools like PK Hex, that is not a feature, and they chose to not make that a feature because people would much more readily put inappropriate photos in there. But the simple fact that someone is doing it, not great. But if you'll notice, this score over here looks really, really off. This person has 0, this person has 3, this person has 3, and the hacker has 15. Even if I had all megas on my team and everyone else had nothing, I don't think I would walk away with 15 and the next person has 3. And we have a clip of exactly how they achieved that. This YouTube video by Sebastian Gonzalez with 400 views has a video of doing a battle against this exact person. Hey look, it's Centro. We have Garchomp, he's doing Swords Dance. And he's doing Earthquake, and he's doing Earthquake. It seemed, oh, he's doing Earthquake again, and Earthquake. If you noticed, that was a lot of Earthquakes very, very quickly. And even if you had max speed on a max Jolly Garchomp, it wouldn't be able to do the move that quickly. Here's a Reddit post of someone encountering the exact same person. And they have a Garchomp who's here. It Mega Evolved, and it's doing Earthquake, and it's doing Earthquake, and it's doing Earthquake, and it's doing Earthquake. So this hacker just walks around and hits the Earthquake button. Now, it's not clear if they hacked the cooldown time to be instantaneous or they just made all 4 of their moves Earthquake. There's also speculation that the area of effect that the damage is coming out of is far too large than what it normally should be, so that might also be something that they're doing. That's much less clear than the fact that dude used Earthquake 4 times in a row. So I know Papa Pikachu only watches me when Austin talks about things that he shouldn't be doing, but hopefully Papa Pikachu's watching now and you fix this. This should be banned. Now, if you wonder how exactly this works, someone with custom firmware on a Nintendo Switch 1 can go online, can do these battles, as long as they have a legitimate copy of the game, like a physical cartridge, and they just put it in there, they could just do all this and they don't get banned on the Switch 1. The Switch 2 isn't hackable yet, so anyone on the Switch 2 can't do something like this. And the rate that we're going, it doesn't look like we're going to be having that level of open Pokemon hacking in the near future anyways. Is this just the last time we're going to be seeing some ridiculousness like this because the Switch 2 isn't going to be hackable, or is there something that's actually going to be done about it, or are they just going to turn a blind eye to it and just say, hey, you're not allowed to use docks anymore? Their priorities are becoming stranger and stranger. Like, at the very least, have a report button, have a block button, have a blacklist button of people you don't want to play against anymore. Like, that's just a quality of life feature. I'm not even talking about you implementing banning people. Like, just something to be like, hey, this person's clearly hacking. I don't want to ever play against them again. A report button, anything. It took Pokemon TCG Pocket like 2 months to get names being banned. And there were some bad ones in there. Of course, there were like curse word filters, but like I particularly went against one that was called Gas the and I was like, well, none of those are curse words, but you probably shouldn't be having a name like that. And it took them months to implement it, but this blatant level of hacking going on, whether it's just 4 moves or if they're actually modifying the code of the Pokemon to just have instant cooldowns, the only reason I think it may be just 4 Earthquakes is because we haven't seen a clip of this person do anything other than Earthquake. I guess the move now is use Skarmory in online battles. If you come across someone like this who's doing this blatant level of hacking and cheating, like my video with the Beast Ball Lucario, or this level of dude is just hitting Earthquake 7 times and winning, take a screenshot, take a video, upload it online, put them on blast. This is how we treat hackers. This is how we treat scalpers. And when I say this is how we treat hackers, I'm talking about people who are doing maliciously bad things, okay? This kind of stuff. There's White Hood hackers who are using their powers for good, and there are people who are using their powers for bad. They're using their powers for bad. The people who are using their powers for good are the ones who are distributing the event Shiny Miraidon and Koraidon events because the Pokemon Company really fumbled that distribution at GameStop and some countries just didn't even have it. Those are the bad ones. We don't like those. This is normally why I say, what do you think? Except everyone's gonna be like, kind of bullshit, Austin. And you know what? I agree with you. It is kind of bullshit. What level of bullshit do you think this is? Leave it in the comment section down below. For significantly less bullshit, be sure to subscribe here to Austin John Plays. Until next time, Austin John out.
Man, they see me shining like I got the charm. Stay strapped, got that jet ball in my palm. Fell from the sky, guess I'm the chosen one. And if you need to know how, check out Austin John. Champion flow, yeah. I got that champion flow.